Please do. It's really not that hard to put things back where you found them. And put the milk back. It's not a decoration. It belongs in the fridge. He set it down, awkward, like he was handling a bomb, and shuffled out, avoiding eye contact. I exhaled, hands shaking, trying to regain some semblance of calm, wondering if I'd ever, just once, get to eat breakfast in peace. A simple, quiet breakfast. Was that too much to ask? The kitchen felt invaded like a public space instead of the heart of my home. My morning ruined, all before 8 a.m. I stared at the fridge, a monument to shared living dysfunction, at the rules no one seemed to follow, a passive-aggressive masterpiece of unmet expectations. This wasn't just about milk, it was a symbol. It was about respect and boundaries and basic consideration.
Sorry, I'll just wait for Jeff. He said I could grab some milk.
Jeff! Of course! Always Jeff! Jeff, the king of casual invitations and zero responsibility, and his endless parade of guests, turning my kitchen into a 24-hour diner. Did Jeff also say, while he was at it, you could help yourself to my things, my food, my space, my sanity? He just shrugged like it was the most natural thing in the world, as if that explained everything. As if Jeff said so was the ultimate justification. This is my home. Not a hostel, not a free-for-all, my home. I have a right to know who's here, eating my food, using my things. He looked at me, maybe for the first time really seeing me, finally realizing I wasn't backing down, that I was serious.
Jeff said it was fine, that he'd cleared it with everyone. For me to be here, that it was a communal space.
Can you help me? Help me understand why you think this is okay? I think you need to leave, now, before I lose my temper completely. He blinked confused, like I was speaking a foreign language, still holding my milk like it was a shield.
Can I help you? I just wanted some milk for my coffee.
The toast popped up, a jarring sound in the tense silence. Burnt, of course. Because why would anything go right this morning? Just my luck. The universe clearly had a vendetta against me and breakfast. I scraped the black bits, the charred remains of my hopes for a peaceful morning, into the sink, a symbolic gesture of defeat, then froze, a prickling sensation on the back of my neck. There was a man by the fridge, someone I didn't recognize, back to me, completely oblivious to my presence, rummaging through my things like he owned the place. He wore a gray hoodie, pulled low over his head, and battered jeans, the uniform of the uninvited. My heart pounded. This was not how I envisioned my morning going. I gripped my butter knife, my only weapon against this intruder, feeling ridiculous but a little braver. A butter knife against a stranger. Great. Excuse me, I said, trying to sound more confident than I felt. He didn't turn, completely ignoring me. He just grabbed my expensive organic milk, the one I specifically buy for myself. Hey, that's my milk. Put it back. Not at the expense of my peace. I need this to be clear.
The kitchen felt smaller, each object seeming to press in on me. Crowded with Jeff's excuses, each one more flimsy than the last. It was becoming unbearable. I was tired of being the only one, the sole person in this house, who cared about the rules. The rules that were supposed to keep things sane. This isn't what I signed up for. I envisioned a peaceful, shared living space, not a revolving door. Jeff just sighed, a sound I'd come to recognize as his default response to any complaint. Avoiding my eyes, a clear sign he knew he was in the wrong, but didn't care enough to fix it.
I want my home back, Jeff. I want the peace and quiet I was promised.
He nodded, a slow, reluctant movement that offered no real reassurance. But I could tell nothing would change. This was the new normal, and I was trapped. The rules on the fridge, once a symbol of our shared agreement, were just decoration. A sad reminder of what we had lost. I left, retreating from the chaos, feeling more like a guest than a housemate. An unwelcome guest at that. The house was full, teeming with strangers and their belongings, but I'd never felt more alone, lost in a sea of faces, none of whom I knew or trusted. Something had to give. This couldn't continue, and soon, before I completely lost it.
I'm sorry, Jess. Things are tight. Really tight. We need the money, desperately.
So now we're running a hotel, a bed and breakfast, without telling me, without even a heads up?
Jeff looked away sheepish, caught red-handed.
I pay rent too, just like you. I deserve to know who's living here. It's my home too, damn it.
She's a paying guest, just helping out. Short-term let, very short-term, helps with bills, keeps us afloat.
There's always an excuse, always a reason. Last week it was your cousin sleeping on the sofa. Before that, your friend's friend using all my shampoo. This isn't a hostel, Jeff. It's not a flop house. It's supposed to be home, a sanctuary. And what about Kayla? The one with the questionable dietary habits? She's been here 3 weeks. 3 weeks, Jeff. Is her boiler broken too? Or is she just enjoying the free rent?
It was last minute, a real emergency. Tony's boiler broke right in the middle of winter. He had nowhere else. What was I supposed to do? Sorry, Jess, I really am. Just needed a place for a bit. A temporary solution.
No, it's not cool. Not even a little bit. We have rules written in big, bold letters on the fridge. No overnight guests without notice. It's right there.
Oh, you met Tony. He's a great guy. He's staying a few days, just until his boiler's fixed. Hope that's cool, Jess. Please say it's cool.
Jeff, who was that wandering around in his pajamas?
Jeff wandered in, oblivious to the tension, completely unfazed in alien print pajamas, a testament to his complete lack of self-awareness.
I just want to feel at home. Jeff looked away, silent. The kitchen felt cold, the distance between us wider than ever. I realized then, I was just another name on the lease. The house wasn't mine, not really. I left feeling defeated.
I know, I'm sorry.
The fight drained out of me, at my expense. I'm not just a lodger, Jeff.
I'm just trying to make ends meet.
So that's it? My comfort doesn't matter?
It's not the same. It's my house.
A paying guest? You turned the spare room into an Airbnb without telling me? Jeff, that's not okay. I pay rent to live here, not in a budget hotel. You should have talked to me. We're supposed to be housemates, not landlord and tenant. What if I brought someone to stay for a month without asking you? I follow the rules, I clean, I buy the toilet paper. I deserve respect.
Jess, you're not going to believe this. Tony, the guy with the broken boiler, he's at a music festival in Belgium. She shoved her phone at Jeff. There was Tony, grinning, beer in hand. People can smell a free bed a mile off with you, Jeff. And what about your cousin, or that yoga friend who never pays for takeaway? We're running a charity, not a home. We can't afford this. My business is just starting. We need paying guests, not freeloaders. Jeff just stared at his feet. I should have felt vindicated, but I just felt sad. The house was cracking under the weight of too many people and not enough boundaries. Something had to change. It's too late for rules. I want her out. I want our house back.
I watched, feeling her frustration. The little things had become a mountain. Jeff looked helpless. The house was at breaking point. I'll talk to her, Mon. We'll set ground rules.
I can't do this anymore.
She collapsed into a chair, exasperated.
I spent an hour on the phone with a client, and now I come home to this mess. The bathroom looks like a Yeti exploded. The music's always blasting. I can't think. This is your fault, Jeff. You said renting the room would help, but it's driving me insane. I need peace and quiet to build my business, not chaos. And a rule about no terrible pop music after 10. The mood shifted. There was a plan. For the first time, it felt like things could change. We all needed boundaries, and a little professionalism. Maybe this house could work after all. Monica smiled, hope flickering back. Jeff looked relieved. Even Tony seemed proud. The chaos had a solution. Now we just had to stick to it.
A proper contract and a cleaning fee.
He's right. We've been reacting, not planning.
Look, I messed up. The boiler thing was a lie. I'm sorry, Jeff. Monica, you're right to be upset, but you guys had a dream. Monica, your business. Jeff making the house work for you. This is just a bump. You need to be professionals. Contracts, rules, vetting guests. You're not just renting a room, you're running a business. Act like it.
Monica and Jeff exchanged glances. In your dreams, you think I'm going to let you spend all our hard-earned money on that? Absolutely not. This is for sensible things, like actually paying off the mortgage or investing in my business. We need to be responsible with this money. Think about the future.
Their voices faded, bickering playfully, a familiar soundtrack to my life. It was a comforting sound, a sign that things were, in some ways, back to normal. I smiled. It was a genuine smile, one that reached my eyes. Some things never change. The bickering, the love, the comfortable chaos of family life. But maybe, just maybe, this time was different. Maybe, just maybe, we had learned something from all of this. We were finally getting it right, finding a balance, a way to make this work for everyone. The house felt like home again, warm, inviting, and full of life.
Hang on! Wait just a minute, it's my house. I found the solution, remember? I deserve a finder's fee, a reward for my ingenuity. Maybe for that new games console, the one with the amazing graphics?
Since the money supports my business and helps me grow my brand, the first month's rent should go to my account. It's only fair, right?
Sounds perfect. That seems very reasonable. I'm quiet. I promise I won't be any trouble. I'll mostly be at the library, so you probably won't even notice I'm here.
The house felt lighter, more respectful. A sense of shared responsibility filled the air. Later, I overheard, from the hallway, a new, gentler argument. A sign of progress, perhaps.
6 months? We actually got someone for 6 months. That's amazing. This could really work.
They beamed, their faces lit up with excitement and relief, stress replaced by hope, a tangible shift in the atmosphere of the house. The new guest, also named Kayla, a coincidence that made us all chuckle, arrived the next day, ready to start her research project.
Welcome to our home. We're so glad to have you. The rules are all in here. Just a few guidelines to ensure everyone's comfort, mainly common sense. We're pretty laid back, really.
Yes, that's wonderful. We're so excited to have you join us. We'd be delighted to have you. We hope you'll feel right at home here. The contract is ready? Just a formality, of course.
We got one. We actually got a long-term guest. A long-term guest. Someone who would be staying for more than just a few nights. A university researcher. A perfect fit for our little experiment. 6 months. A real commitment. A sign that things were finally looking up. A week later, after the initial excitement had died down, the house felt different. Subtly, but undeniably different. Calmer, more peaceful, almost empty. Kayla was gone, just like that. The spare room was spotless, as if she had never even been there. Jeff and Monica, ever the pragmatists, had wasted no time and drafted new rules in a contract. Learning from their past mistakes, they were determined to make this work, no matter what.